People in this game have really strong opinions. I've been reading a lot of discussions today talking about how broken the 3 tactical talents is and how this card should have never been made and how there are 3 cards on the ban list and those cards are banned for a reason. Guys, stop it. Alright, we're here to talk about this beautiful card and yeah, so let's dig on into this, shall we? Like this video, I demand it. So, we have the 3 tactical talents. We have the correct art here, and then we have what the card actually looks like. Okay, so we're going to be using this image for the video. Okay, so 3 tactical talents. It's a normal spell card. You can only activate 1 card with this card's name per turn. So they were very nice to us. And slapping that once per turn restriction on this bad boy. Okay? So if your opponent has activated a monster effect previously during your main phase, this turn you can activate one of these effects. So right off the bat, if your opponent hand traps you, you get to do one of these effects. So you can draw 2 cards. Oh my god, that's so broken. We can take control of an opponent's monster till the end phase. That monster can attack, you can tribute it, you can do whatever you want with it. Actually, I think it's probably one of the better effects. Or you can look at your opponent's hand, and if you do, shuffle 1 card from it into the deck. So we have a going first effect as well on this. Now, here's the big thing with this card. The first complaint I've heard from people about this card has no interaction with impermanence. There's been an entire board of messages I've read in groups today from people roasting people going, this card is stupid, it doesn't stop imperm. I didn't know that imperm was such a big issue in today's metagame, and that we expect such great things from this. But, okay, so first up, I've had a few people ask me, Robbie, do you think this card will see play? Are we playing Called by the Grave in today's format? Now, I am going to compare this to Called by for a couple reasons, and before you're like, oh my god, they're not the same thing. So people play Called by the Grave in the instance to stop their combo from resolving. Now, the interesting thing about this, much like Called by the Grave, you're basically going to be using this to probably interact with hand traps. Now, in the case of your opponent Nibiruing you, which is big stinky poo-poo as it already is, you know, you're probably still going to be ending your turn at the end of this, but the big thing with this is, if they Nibiru you and rip apart your field, you can take control of the Nibiru, you can make an attempt to link out with the Nibiru, so that's one good clause we got here. Or you can punish your opponent by looking at their hand and taking something away from their strategy, basically taking a detrimental piece from their combo. Now, you can attempt to draw 2. I don't know how many extenders you're going to be looking for amongst those 2 cards, but you have a card here that basically allows you to attempt to seek reformation, or basically you're looking to make those beautiful comebacks. Now, I honestly, the draw 2 is very good. Alright, don't get me wrong, I think it's fantastic. But when you look at this as basically, we can use this to punish our opponent. You got a negate on the field? Okay, well, let's make you waste your negate, and then you can play this. When I look at this card is very good. I do not think that it is broken by any stretch of the imagination. We've definitely have seen in the past that cards that are made to counter other cards. So, good example of this here. We set up a negate, okay? If I'm already main decking cards to kind of be in a situation to deal with your punishment, well, then I'm just taking more things away from us. Now, certain formats will make us have to play cards like that. We've definitely seen that things like DD Crow, Prohibition in today's dueling book meta have basically shown us that we do sometimes have to play cards to counterpick today's metagame. So I think that this is really no different from this, but this almost I almost want to play this in the side over the main. Now, don't get me wrong, there are going to be people that are going to main this card, and they are going to find mass success with it. whether or not it be for the draw extenders or the ability to take control of the opponent's monsters. But realistically, at the time of making this video, what are the biggest monster effects that you're going to have to deal with? So you're going to have to probably going to be doing this off of some sort of negate going second. This card basically gives you more oomph for going second, and that's a good thing. We've needed more cards that promote going second. So if your opponent blows a negate, you're able to capitalize on this, or you can even take the thing that negated you. All right. Imagine, actually, that's pretty funny. Your opponent sets up an Appaloosa, and they negate your first effect. You activate this, you take their app. Cool. I got a free link 4 that I can use. So in that regard, that's pretty good. Or you can draw 2, try to get into further strategies, but it still doesn't change the situation that your opponent's got negates on the field. But going first, we have Nibiru, and we have Ash Blossom, and Gamma. I think those are the big 3 that I can think of off the top of my head. We have like Ghost Ogre, Crescent Dogwood as like good sub options here, but my question is, was this card really made for the going first punishment, or was this a card that was meant to deal with negates that the opponent sets up in a world where we can just attempt to recover from that? That's my biggest question. Now, I still think that I want to side this. I don't foresee myself, as of making this right now, I don't know if I want to play this in the side or in the main. It's a card that we use to counter an opponent's strategy. Your opponent's setting up things, your opponent negates. It's pretty straightforward. But the card is 100% going to do what you want it to do. And that's going to be, you're going to laugh at your opponent as you break their board for whatever you want. Now, going forward with this card as broken as it seems. This community freaks out anytime a +2 or a plus, man. Okay, we're good now. Anytime a card says +1, all right, the card says draw 2 cards. It's got to be bonkers, right? All right. So here's the biggest thing that I got from this. The card is good, all right, 100%. Is it absolutely blow massive chunks on the internet broken? It's a good counter strategy. It's something that we've needed. We've needed good going second cards for a long time, and it just so happens that you can double down with this going first. So moral of the story here, all right, it still loses to Imperial Order. More one-ups, by the way. But my question is, like, it is a once per turn, all right? Like, are we really, do we want to main 3 of this, or is this just going to be a sacky one-of that we include within our deck strategy to aim to counter the metagame? Like, that's what I'm curious about here. I want to know in numbers how this is going to come out, because I just want to play this against negates. That's the only thing I want to do with this, all right? You set up a Borolo Savage, you set up an Appaloosa, okay, cool. I want to do this, I want to bait your, well, that's the other problem with this card. We have to bait the opponent's negate. And usually 95% of the things that they're going to negate are going to be our power cards. And, well, if they out our power cards, we're in a crappy situation. And remember, this has to be during main phase. So if you go battle phase, attempt to bait out evenly, or attempt to slam it evenly on the table, and then negate it, well, congratulations, you didn't trigger the requirements for this. All right. If we go main phase, blow a lightning storm, they blow their negate on it, then we've met the requirements for this. But once again, the only real thing we're probably going to do is take control of their Appaloosa. Like, that's the real value I'm getting out of this. We want to take the Appaloosa. We can, if they hand trap us turn 1, we can further look at their hand and rip something, like, or we can draw 2 extenders. And the more I'm looking at this, the draw 2 seems like the weakest part of this, because the immediate punishment on the take, or the immediate look at your opponent's hand, put them at full resources. For actually, think about this. So if we're already playing a hand loop deck or doing something like this, and we draw this somewhere along our combo, and they've hand trapped us somewhere along the way, we literally do this, punish them, put them down on 4 resources going into the turn, because they blew the hand trap, and then we get to rip away 1 of 4 cards. So they're going to 4 per turn. That's really hard. Plus, if we set up negates and stuff, the hand rip effect from this literally seems like the best part for going second. So I don't know. I'm going to leave it at that. Card is very good. It's something that we needed for the most part. I'm definitely personally looking forward to seeing how this will affect the metagame. So what do you guys think? Please leave a comment down below. Tell me what you guys think. Well, guys, I'm out. Peace. The ride never truly ends. Thank you, patrons, for helping support the channel. Without you guys, I don't know if I'd still be doing this. And for those of you that like Cardfight Vanguard, FanCool40 is here for all your content needs. And those of you asking if I sell cards, mcoolgames.com for all your trading card game needs. Check the description for more interesting info. Thanks for watching, guys.